That's why we're inside. In fact, the back garden looks like this. So what can you do when the weather's like that? Because we always film a week ahead if we can, because you never know what the weather's going to be like, and also it keeps you on track for whatever you need to be sowing. So we're looking indoors now. What can we do? Well, we don't really do house plants. I do have some house plants, but it's not my area of expertise. So I'm going to look at my seed, because it's really important this time of year we do look at our seed and we audit our seed. What I mean by auditing our seed is making sure we have what we need and we don't go and buy anything we don't need. And this is my seed box, and if we look through on the left hand side, this is everything I've selected family wise I want to grow this year. So for example, I've got Tromboncino rampant squash, I've got Chinese cabbage in there, I've got my lettuce. Now most of us do collect loads of lettuce, and if I look up here, this is what's in my seed box. So I've got lettuce going back quite a few years, and rather than just leave this to linger, I'm going to mix it together. And what I mean by mix it together, it's all going to go in one cup together. I'm going to mix it together, I'm going to sow it direct, and I'm going to treat this as cut and come again, or to some extent, one-off picking of leaves. So that's how you kind of audit your seeds. You go through it that way. Again, last year I did really, really well with cauliflower. So I'm churning now to something called early Romanesco. So it's a different type of cauliflower. Cucumber, again, is something that we all grow or try to grow. But if you're like me, you have a few varieties in your box that you've collected over the years. And again, these are great, but they're all pickling varieties, so they're no use to me. So you know what? I'm going to keep one of these and I'm going to give the rest away. Then I've got things like beans. I'm going to try the Greek gigantic beans this year. But again, this is what I mean. I've got in my repertoire these. These are Blue Lake. Then I've got 2 packets of cannellini. There we go. But if I turn them over, these are okay to 2025. These are okay to 2026, and they haven't been opened at all. So I'm going to sow all them first. That'll be my first sowing, and if it doesn't take true, I've got them as my second sowing. And this is what I mean about auditing your seed box, because you need to go through. So at the front, I've got loads and loads of free annuals. Can you see? Loads of them that I've got off different magazines. I'm going to mix all them together, and I'm going to sow them on the peripheral areas of my allotment. What do I mean by peripheral areas? Well, if I look at these and I go, oh look, here we go. I've got 2 types here. I've got a foxglove and I've got a marigold. You see? I'm going to mix them together and I'm going to direct sow them. And what takes, and what dies, dies. But what I will do is I'll make a note of them. Just like this. There you are. There's a poppy. And is it a poppy? Yeah, it is poppy. It is, oh, it's Adonis. It's pheasant's eye. I apologise. Look like a poppy. I've not got my reading glasses on. So there's another reason why you make notes. I'll make notes and I'll plant them and I'll see how they go. And if they go well, I'll make a note and say, well, I'll sow them again in another year. And that's what I mean by auditing your seed box or your seeds. So until next time, it's goodbye from me. And hopefully next time the weather's better and I'll be in the garden. So until then, bye-bye.